Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Monday, and it's Mr. Jackson's turn to do our weekly devotion memory verse. Hey, I hope you enjoyed your 3-day weekend. Hopefully, you found the opportunity and the time to go up to a veteran and say thank you, whether it was one that you saw in the store, at the store, or whether it was someone in your family. You were able to give them a call or a Facebook message or a Twittergram or whatever it is you kids are doing. If you had a chance to just say thank you and say thank you for the opportunity to live here in America, to live in the freedoms and enjoy the rights and the privileges that you have here as an American citizen. Hey, but we are back for a new week. We are here for this entire week. I know it is the week before Thanksgiving break, but I am really going to ask you to really be about your business this week and make sure that you're on it and that you take care of your responsibilities. And that actually plays into a bit of our memory verse coming up for the week. Our memory verse is coming from the book of Luke, and we're working on the Christian trait of being faithful. And the memory verse, it comes from Luke, is chapter 16, verses 10 through 12. The memory verse says, "If you are faithful in little things, you will be faithful in large ones. But if you are dishonest in little things, you won't be honest with greater responsibilities. And if you are untrustworthy about worldly wealth, who will trust you with the true riches of heaven? And if you are not faithful with other people's things, why should you be trusted with things of your own?" Now, there's a lot going on here in this story. And so, to get a full basis of this story, just to give you a little background. So, this story begins with a manager who is about to get fired by his boss. So, the boss hears that the manager is not taking care of his responsibilities. He calls the manager in, and the manager knows that he's going to be fired. So the manager is thinking, "Hey, I don't want to be out without a job. I don't want to be without money. I can't go out and beg. So what can I do?" So the manager calls in a bunch of people who owes the boss money, and he renegotiates their contracts. So basically, it would be like if Pastor Jason called me in this week and said, "Mr. Jackson, I got some bad information, some bad reports on you, so I have to let you go." And I sit there and I think, whoa, I don't know what I'm going to do. So then I think about the people who owe Pastor Jason some money. And so I call up Mr. Voice, because Mr. Voice owes Pastor Jason like $10,000. And then I call up Mr. Fortney, because Mr. Fortney owes Pastor Jason $8,000. And then I call up Mr. Sanders, because Mr. Sanders owes Pastor Jason $7,000. And then I sit down with each of them and I say, "Hey, you guys, take these dollar amounts, cut them in half, and then that's what you owe my boss." Now, we don't know how much the boss actually charged these people. And so the manager kind of steps into the middle of it and renegotiates their contracts. So what happens is those people who renegotiate his contract with the manager actually are happy, and the manager is actually commended. The boss comes to the manager, and the manager says, "Hey, that was really smart, and you were able to take care of the things that you were able to control, and you were able to come to a resolution based off the facts and with the information you have." And so that's what the verse is telling us. It's saying, because you were smart enough to think on your feet, and you were faithful enough with the things that you had, these 3 debts, and you were able to negotiate them. The people who owe me money are happy because you've cut their money in half. I'm happy because I'm going to get some money. And now you're happy because you have some money and you have some people, some friends who you can call on. And that's what the verse is telling us. The verse is telling us, be smart and be faithful and be careful and be diligent and be smart with the things that we have, which is exactly what your families and exactly what your teachers are asking you to do. The one thing that you have control over is your actions and what effort you put here at school and into your education. If you are faithful with these opportunities here in the classroom, if you're faithful with doing your work assignments, and if you're faithful with the things in your household chores and the things that you're supposed to do Now, these are your little things that you need to be faithful for. These are the things that God is telling you that you are responsible for. If you can be responsible for these things, then God has much greater rewards for you coming down the line. And I know it can be hard when you're taking your notes in Ignitia, and it can be hard when you're at home and you're wondering, how come I don't get it? Or you are in open period and you're trying to work your way through Spanish. That's what you are being asked to do. And God says if you are faithful with those things, then He will give you much bigger things. Now, on the flip side, He says if you're not, or if you lie about these things, then of course you're going to lie when I give you even bigger things. And we know that we need to be honest in our dealings with each other. So when we ask you things, when your teachers ask you things, did you do this or did you not do this? And when you lie, then of course the next thing we think is you're going to lie about everything. A couple of my students know this. I tell them this all the time. I tell them that you gain trust in drops, but you lose it in buckets. And that's kind of what the gospel is saying. It's telling us that we have the trust, but once we lie, then we've lost that trust in buckets, because now we have to work twice as hard to get it back. So let's be righteous. Let's think about what we're doing, and let's be faithful with the things that God has given us already. Your schoolwork, your assignments, and your effort are the things that you are being asked to be faithful with. So that's our memory verse for the week. I want you to go out and have a great day. And remember, this week, be faithful in the things that you need to do. And at the end of the week, your reward will be you have all of next week off to relax and chill and kick it, play video games and eat Cocoa Puffs and Pop-Tarts, and then, all of that stuff, and then come back ready to work after the break. So that's it. Have a great day. Have an awesome week. And until next time, as always, God bless you guys. Bye.